Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Rag Plays Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Our business is wrapping up on Tatooine. We have very little left to do in our quest log. I'll be going through that in a few minutes, but before we get started, I want to mention a few changes that have taken place between sessions. As I mentioned, I think several episodes ago now, I was planning on giving myself 20 points into repair, and I have done so. This is in order to be able to repair HK-47 and access his character quest. For whatever reason, the developers made the foolish decision to require your character to be pretty much speccing repair or else buying equipment that'll get his repair skill to 20 for the entirety of the game up until the point you get HK-47. This is ridiculous. This is a very poor design decision, and simply because of the fact that your main character needs to be speccing constantly into Persuade. If you want to experience what this game has to offer, the majority of it, certainly in terms of dialogue, you need to be having the Persuade skill to save money, save costs, to convince characters to do things or not to do them. It's ridiculous that they would expect you, especially if you play like a combat class, a Guardian that doesn't get many skills, Guardian or a Soldier, to be speccing repair from the start in order to complete one quest. It's nonsense, and especially such an important quest that is tied to a side character to even access their dialogue. It's not going to fly. I'm not going to tolerate that. So I've given myself 20 repair skill. I'm not going to be using this for anything aside from repairing HK-47. I won't be using this as like any sort of advantage. If we hit something that we have to repair, we'll be using a different character to do it. That's just the way it'll go. Once I'm done repairing HK-47, I'll be removing these points via the KotOR save game editor. The second change that's been made is, as I mentioned in the previous episode, we would be subtracting 2,000 credits from our party's total, and I have done so. This is to simulate Telemachus paying for some of the medical treatment that Bastila's mother needs to stay alive. He was very keen on helping Bastila, and he wants to show himself that he's a provider. He wants to show Bastila that he's a provider, and he can look after her. And he's done that. He also wants Bastila to, of course, be able to see her mother again. And he's very keen on donating that. So we've done that. That's nerfed our total number of credits a bit. It won't affect us that much in the long run. The third change that's been made is going back even further in our video log, back to when we fought KotOR. Now, when I originally installed the game and modded it again after coming back from that hiatus, I installed a mod that would fix KotOR's loot tables and give consistency in every planet for the loot that he would drop. It used to be in vanilla Knights of the Old Republic that he would drop certain pieces of his loot on some planets but not on the others. On some planets he would drop his armor. I think all of them he would drop his armor, in fact, but certain planets he would drop his guns, and others he wouldn't, and there was no real explanation as to why this was. So the mod that I installed sought to correct this by making it consistent across the board that he would always drop his guns, he would always drop his armor, no matter what planet you fought him on, because the way KotOR's encounter works is you go to the second planet, your second star map, he fights you outside, whatever planet it happens to be that you go to. So the mod was supposed to fix that and give me the items that he had. Now, it did do that. However, the modder made a very strange choice, and one that I instantly picked up on, I think even in the video. I don't recall a Zybrak Tystal and a Arcanian heavy pistol being the weapons that KotOR would normally drop on Tatooine. In fact, they weren't. What KotOR usually drops for most of the planets, he drops 2 Mandalorian heavy pistols. Now, Mandalorian heavy pistols are better than a Zybrak Tystal Mark III, and they're better than Arcanian heavy pistols. We should have been getting those. So I've rectified that. I've given myself 2 Mandalorian heavy pistols. And I have removed the Zabractistol Mark III and the Arcanian Heavy Pistol that we got from him. I have also fixed all the files so that they drop his appropriate gear. The way Knights of the Old Republic handles KotOR, or any sort of encounter that you have with a character who's like a recurring character, on each planet that character is supposed to show up in the files, he has his own character file. So there's five separate files for KotOR in Knights of the Old Republic. There's the one for when he's on Terrace, there's the one for each of the 4 planets that you could possibly meet him on. Or I guess 5, I don't know exactly how many off the top of my head, but for whatever reason, the modder had picked they picked one of his files and they copied his loot table from a file that I guess wasn't used. And that can happen sometimes when the developers make the game. They go through iterations of the files, and sometimes they stick around. And certainly there's a lot of files in Knights of the Old Republic that were left out of the game. That's why so much restoration work can be done on this game for things that people want to restore back in, because all of the files are still in the game's folder somewhere. They just have to be unpacked and re-enabled. With Callow's loot tables, the modder had chosen the loot table from a version of him that doesn't really exist in the game. He's supposed to drop Mandalorian pistols. They picked one where they picked the one, just the one that had the 2 inferior pistols, the Arcanian Heavy Pistol and the Tystal. I can't understand why they did that when you had 4 other files that had him equipped with Mandalorian Heavy Pistols. So you would think the intent of the developers could be assumed that they would want Callow to have those heavy pistols and would drop those heavy pistols every time. They might have, it was an oversight that he didn't, I suppose. But anyway, that's been fixed. That was a lot of waffling for a simple point. I'm just trying to let you guys understand the modding process, and that's... So I didn't agree. I fixed that, and so we've gotten that. That's all the changes that have been made. Now you may be wondering why the hell we're all naked. There's a good explanation. So let's get to that. It's time to jumble our inventories. We've gotten a lot of new items. It's the end of Tatooine, and we need to be buying some items in this episode as well, I would think. I'm going to take a run around to all the different shops and decide on what we need. But before I could do that, I went into my party selection, opened up everybody, put them all in my party, and completely stripped them of all their gear. We're gonna start from the beginning and equip us more appropriately than how we had been equipped, because our needs are different now. We've gotten new gear. It's time to redo things. So, first of all, we're gonna do Max gear here, and he has, to start with, his Jedi Knight robe is going to be re-equipped. For his weapon, he's going to take his Cruciform lightsaber, blue, again. So what good is a Jedi without his weapon? Now for energy shields, we're going to put a Sith energy shield on him, as was usual, and also an Echani shield as his secondary energy shield. For his gauntlets, he will take the Eredu strength amplifiers to give him a +2. For his headgear, he's going to stick with his neural band, despite it being better for him to technically wear this Verpine headband. I prefer the look of the neural band, and it also matches the blueness of our getup. For his implant, we're going to be giving him the cardio package. Nobody can really make use of the +1 in Constitution, so it might as well be him. For his belt, he will actually be taking Bastila's power belt, and that improves his damage. That is Telemachus sorted for his gear. Next we'll move on to Bastila. She will be taking her custom robes again. Likewise, she will also have a neural band for her head. She will take a pair of strength gauntlets. She will take this Echani dueling shield for her, I guess that would be her left hand? Yes. This would be her right arm. She will be taking an Ichani shield, I think. She cannot use implants, so we don't have to worry about that. For her belt, she's going to be using a Verpine Cardio Regulator, which will give her Fortitude saves of +3. Lastly, she will receive her double-bladed lightsaber back. That is Bastila sorted. For Juhani, Juhani will be taking back her Jedi Knight robe, and likewise she will take back her blue lightsaber for now. I'm thinking I'm probably going to switch her to a purple lightsaber at some point, maybe even a red lightsaber. We will see. Once I get back to the Hawk, I'll have to decide about that. For her weapons, or for her gear, I should say, she's going to be taking a Sith Energy Shield. And her secondary item will be whichever energy shield is the highest here in uses. 5 out of 5, that sounds good. For her gloves, she will also be taking a pair of strength gauntlets. For her headgear, she will be using the Verpine headband. She cannot use implants, so all that is left is her belt, and she will also be taking a Verpine Cardio Regulator. That is Juhani sorted. We're going to swap out our party members here. We're going to remove Bastila and remove Juhani, and we will add Canderous and Karth. And we will go to their inventories. Canderous is getting a new set of armor. We received Calo Nord's battle armor, which has a defense bonus of 9 and a +1 max dexterity bonus. It's got resistance to cold, and resistance to fire, and resistance to sonic, and all that good stuff. And it'll get even better once we upgrade it with mesh underlays and armor reinforcements once we get back to the Hawk. So he's got that. For his headgear, Canderous is also going to equip a neural band. Now I realize that the Verpine headband is strictly better, but it's just merely to match his gear. I'm not worried about a +1 in will. It's not going to save Christmas. For his gloves, he's going to be taking Brejik's gloves, which will give him another +1 in dexterity. For his armbands, he's going to take a Mandalorian melee shield, as is appropriate, and he will be taking Brejik's armband, which will give him a 5 resistance versus slashing. He's going to be quite a tank once we're done with him. Subsequently, he will be equipping Brejik's belt to give him 5 resistance to bludgeoning, and of course he'll be equipping his big fucking gun to close off this. Once we level up Canderous, he's going to have access to implants, so we'll be able to give him a response package, bringing his dexterity up even higher. I'm not sure how much of a bonus he's going to receive from all that, but it's not going to matter. Like, if the armor hampers him, it's the same either way. Armor is armor. Armor just works like dexterity. Heavy armor is kind of useless in this game. You can get almost as much bonus from dexterity, I would say, as even speccing down the feat line for heavy armor in most cases. But Canderous is a soldier, so he gets all that by default anyway. Karth is going to get his old Ichani fiber armor back, because that's still pretty good armor. He's going to get an Arcanian energy shield. And he is going to receive probably a regular energy shield, 5 out of 5 uses, the highest we can get. For his headgear, he's going to go back to the light scan visor. Keeping with the green theme, the stabilizer gauntlets will go on his hands, and he will also receive a response package to increase his dexterity. For his belt, he will take an adrenaline amplifier, and for his guns, we're going to be changing from Bendak's blaster and Karth's blaster, and he's going to receive both of these Mandalorian heavy pistols. That's going to increase his damage quite significantly. So both of those pistols are on him. Right, so party selection, remove Canderous, remove Karth, and we are going to add Mission and Zalbar. Mission, we'll do her first. She is going to receive her Republic mod armor, because it's pretty much the best that we have still. She will receive a Mandalorian melee shield, and she will also receive an energy shield that has 5 out of 5 uses. For her headgear, she will take her Bothan sensory visor that we had bought her at the beginning. She has no gloves at the moment, that's okay. She's going to take her sound dampening stealth unit so that we can still use her in stealth when we need to. And lastly, She is going to be taking Bendak's Blaster as her new weapon. It's slightly better than her old Arcanian pistol, and I think it can be made to be even better if we take some of the mods out of Karth's gun and put them in there. I'm not sure if we left them both the same or whether we tricked out Candaris's gun, but Candaris's gun has to be worked on once we get back to the Hawk as well. So, I'm sorry, whoops, Bendak's Blaster. There we go. That is mission sorted out. She is a dueling character, so she only has one gun, of course. For Zalbar, Zalbar can't wear any headgear. He can't wear... There are no gloves to put on him right now, but we can give him a response package, so we will. It'll increase his dexterity a little bit. He cannot wear armor, but we can give him some energy shields. We're going to give him the 2 highest ones that we have, the 2 4 out of 5 uses. And for a belt, we're going to give him an adrenaline amplifier as well. For his weapon, he will be taking Zalbar's Bowcaster. And that is Zalbar sorted out. Last but not least, remove Mission and Zalbar and add HK and T3 back into the party. HK-47 is going to receive the Droid Heavy Plating Type 2. And he's going to receive a basic computer probe. I believe he had the advanced computer tool on before, but he's going to take that instead. For his headgear, he's going to take that advanced targeting computer. And for his 2, I guess, throwers, we're going to give him a flamethrower in this slot, his right slot, and in his left slot, he is going to receive the advanced stun ray. His shield, he is going to take the environment shield level 1. And for his weapons, all we can really give him is his blaster rifle at the moment. We're going to have to look for some sort of replacement that's relatively cheap enough for me to buy. I'm not going to invest several thousand credits on a good gun. I believe we're going to get a Mandalorian assault rifle down the road somewhere for free. It might even be the next planet, so I can't justify spending any more money on HK. That blaster rifle will have to do. For T3, T3 is going to take the Droid Motion Sensors Type 1. He's going to take the Advanced Computer Tool. He will take a Stun Ray in this slot and a Shield Disruptor in the other. For armor, he's going to take the Medium Plating Type 1, because technically it's better. It's a Droid Upgrade Class Item 1 instead of 2. So, it's also more valuable. Also looks nicer, I guess. And he will take the Energy Shield Level 2. For his weapons, he will be taking his Heavy Blasters again. I know I could equip him with the Arcanian Heavy Pistol and Karth's Blaster, but it's just easier for me to remember that he has 2 of the same weapon, and I don't have to worry about, you know, who has what so much. Everybody's gear is kind of memorable what they have if it's kept consistent. Or kept matching, anyway. So party selection, we remove HK. Actually, we do not remove these 2, because both of them need to be leveled, and we're actually going to level our party members while we've done this. I probably should have did it as I took each of them into the party, but whatever. So, HK-47 doesn't need to be leveled up, T3 does. Let's level T3. He has some skills available. We're going to put a point into security, a point into repair, and a point into computer use, and another point into awareness. I don't know if I had put this point into demolitions on him or whether the game did. I suspect it was the game, but if it was me, it was a mistake. I'll accept that. We're going to level him up again since he has another level up. He has an attribute point. That'll be going into dexterity. It's the only thing that makes sense. For skills, again, computer use, repair, and security, and we're going to stockpile that 1 point for the next level up. For feats, he has received a Battle Droid Logic upgrade, which gives him a +6 into defense, and is always active, instead of a +4 that was before. For his feats, the only thing that really makes sense is a +1 bonus with blaster pistols. Toughness might also make some sense, but I'm going to go with the blaster pistols feat. And I accept that. So now he should have a pretty decent 2-hit chance. Yeah, +12 to hit there and +10 to hit there. A D20 +12 or +10. dead in the middle of alignment, as a droid really should be. Why HK-47 is so down on the dark side? Who can say? Probably relating to some of the things he was programmed to do. But can you really say that a person is evil when they are forced to do things that are evil? They have no choice. I don't know. That's a question for philosophers of the future, not me. Let's add Mission and Zalbar back into the party. I believe Zalbar will need a level. I don't think Mission will, but I will check just to be sure. Mission does not need to be leveled, but Zalbar does. We're going to level him up. He has skills available. It's going to be 1 into Demolitions, 1 into Treat Injury, and 1 into Awareness. For feats, we're going to give him Rapid Shot, Master Rapid Shot, that is. And that's fine, I guess. And we will accept that. He has another level up. For skills, 1 into Repair, 1 into Demolitions, and 1 into Awareness will be his skill level ups. We'll accept that. He has another level up. We haven't used him much and probably won't be using him. We'll give him a point into Treat Injury, a point into Repair, and a point into Demolitions. For feats, probably going to finish off his Master Power attack and just give him that. That'll be plus 10 damage. Or plus 10 to... yeah, plus 10 to damage instead of plus 8. That's fine. Except, and he has 1 more level up. He has an attribute point to spend. It's going to be Dexterity, actually, because he has a plus 1 from his implant. So, and for skills, a point into Treat Injury, and a point into Awareness, and 1 point into Repair. And I accept. That's him sorted out. Party selection. Let's remove Zalbar and Mission, and we add Canderous and Karth. Now Canderous shouldn't need to be leveled. It turns out that he does, actually, and so does Karth. Okay. Well, we will do Karth first. Level him up. Karth has some attributes that he can spend. It's going to go into Dexterity, of course. And for skills, he's going to receive... he has 1 point, so... Treat Injury. Feats. I guess Rapid Shot. We're going to give him some attack variety. Finish that off. He is up to level 12 now, so he only had 1 level up. Now for Canderous, we'll level him as well. Canderous needs a point into Treat Injury to get it onto par with Demolitions, and he has some feats to spend it on. This is a little bit more tricky. Canderous is going to start going down the implant road, just like everybody else. Implants are so damn good. I could give him conditioning. I won't, though. Probably not. It's probably going to... these will finish off, and then maybe he'll have a point or 2 into conditioning. It's hard to say. But, yeah, implants for now, definitely. I accept that. He has another level up. He has attributes. Canderous is going to receive a plus 1 to Dex. Try and get it up to par so he can hit things relatively easily. As for skills, he will take another point in Demolitions. Oddly, he has no awareness. He's actually one of the more poorly equipped, skill-wise, party members. We're going to keep going down the feats of implants. Give him implant level 2. And that's him sorted, so... let's go ahead and give him a response package. And, I think that takes care of everyone else, yeah. Now, lastly, we will get Bastila and Juhani leveled up if they need it. I think only Juhani will need to be leveled. Juhani... Bastila's fine, Juhani needs it, so let's level her. She has some skills. 2 skill points. We're going to go with Awareness and Treat Injury. For feats, Juhani's kind of a mixed bag. I'm going to go down the dueling road because it's the one that we get the most effect out of. I could go for this, but this is strictly worse. It's only +1 to attack bonus with lightsabers versus +1 to attack and +1 to defense across the board. It's just strictly better, so it's got to be dueling. For powers, Juhani will be taking... I'm probably going to get some variety in the types of force powers that we have here, so it's going to be Affliction. It's a dark side power, but, you know, something else to use. I'll accept that. She has another level up. She has an attribute point to spend. That's going straight into Strength. Could also have gone into Charisma, but I don't think so. Oddly, I think that Juhani starts with a higher Charisma than Bastila, which is just baffling to me. I don't know how that works exactly, but another point into Awareness and Treat Injury for her skills. And for her powers... it's probably going to be Cure. It's just such a good thing to have on all the Jedi. And level up once more. She has Stealth. Yeah, I think a point into Stealth. Get somebody else who's a little bit stealthy in case she's in the party at some point. We need that. For her feats, again, we're going to keep going down dueling until that's completely sorted out, and then we'll probably do lightsaber specialization. And close it with either conditioning or toughness, depending. I don't think she has. Yes, she does have conditioning, so probably conditioning rather than toughness. She has both of them, oddly. Okay. Powers. She's a Jedi Knight, or she's a Jedi Guardian, so I'm going to give her speed as well. It's too good not to have, and she has another level up. For skills, Treat Injury, and Awareness. For powers... gonna go with Force Whirlwind, and we'll accept that. Yet another level up. Skills, again. Another point into Stealth. And we will do... Stasis for this one. Accept. Level her up once more. And she gets another attribute point. It's going to go into Strength. That'll get her to 16 Strength with the gauntlets that she's using currently, which is, it's respectable. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good. Another point into Awareness and Treat Injury. For feats, she's getting Master Force Jump and Jedi Sense for free. She's getting the last feat into Dueling, so now she has +3 and +3. All set to start doing the lightsaber nonsense. And for powers, we go with Plague. We're going to go with Plague because it's different. Next up, we'll grab Heal, probably. Maybe something else. I might do her with the horror type stuff eventually. Okay, we accept. That is Juhani taken care of. So, I don't believe anyone else can equip anything that we've left off. I don't think there's anything else to be equipped. So that is our inventory and our leveling up sorted, with the exception of me. Because I need to level up more carefully because I've got to unlock dialogue with Juhani once we get back to the Ebon Hawk. For now, she's going to be removed and mission is going to come back in to basically bring us back to where we were. Wow. It's kind of threatening. What are you doing, Mac? Put that away.